We're live
Pre-boat show chat.
at Innovision Base Camp, mate.
That's us.
Talking about what's happening next weekend.
Next week, boat show, Hutch Wilco coming up. So yeah, hopefully it's nice weather and everyone turns up.
Yeah.
Or bad weather so no one goes fishing.
Yeah. So what we're going to do today is we're at Innovision here with Simon. He has designed boats with Plumb bows, some of you may have heard of, some of you may not have heard of. So today is the prime time for you to ask him any questions as well. Ooh. So, but before we get started on the questions, Simon, how about a bit of your background, mate? Bit of your history. Tell us how did you start building boats, mate?
How far back do you want to go?
Go back as far as you want, mate. We've got all lunch times.
I guess we'll stick with
look at the camera over there. Look at your fans.
Hey guys.
Probably got a few fans. Quite a good-looking fella, aren't you?
Oh, mate, strapping young like me. So I guess we might as well keep it relevant. Not talk about too much of my past, but yeah. So 10 years ago, or before that, went out on a mate's old man's boat and wasn't very enthused by it.
Yes.
So I was slagging it off as you normally do when you're young and cocky, and
yeah,
my mates dared me to build a boat and design one.
They dared you?
Yeah. So I saved up some cash and had a go.
Wow.
As you do.
So it started with a dare from some friends to build a boat?
Basically, yeah. They asked if you think you know better, give it a crack.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Sweet.
So first generation hull, then we had a second, third, we're on to like our
tell us about the
fifth generation
tell
hull.
about the very first boat that you built, mate. Tell us what was it?
The first one was a 616. So it was a 6 metre hull length, and so basically it's pretty similar to our 656 today.
Yeah.
They had a 150 ME on it, and it was a pretty cool looking boat. It was very different to what we do now, styling wise and hard top and the shape of like the internal structure and the finishing and the services, and there's a whole bunch more functionality being designed into the boats from back in the day. So
yeah.
So, but that's one thing in the last 5 or 6 years we've been able to do is focus on the functionality of the design. We've pretty much nailed the whole design about 5 or 6 years ago. There's been small tweaks along the way in every model, but nothing major.
Right.
Yeah.
But the idea from the start, tell me if I'm wrong, was to build a boat, like an aluminium boat, that didn't pound. Because aluminium boats, let's face it, they're renowned for banging and getting us all back. And that's what they're renowned for, right? Yeah. So you wanted to challenge that. Yeah?
Got a bit of inspiration from an Italian designer called Wally Boats. So I came across them in Europe when I was over there doing some yachting. And yeah, I thought, shit, that's got to fix the tin boat. I
remember Wally Boats when I was yachting, mate.
They're pretty wild looking things.
Yeah.
Jet gas turbines.
Crazy designs and stuff, eh?
Yeah. So that gave me a lot of inspiration in like the hull shape.
Right.
And the goal was, it wasn't the, I just can't say a lot of experience in aluminium like construction design side of things. So the first one took a little while to put together.
Right.
And then over the last sort of, from like the first 5 or 6 years, I spent a bit of time building them.
Yeah.
You know, some of the guys had contracted and doing the fab, let me in their factories.
That's
and
right.
Spent a lot of time developing how they go together, so we can actually have a business, not a hobby.
Yeah, well, I remember, when I first came and met you, and you were building boats on the road, mate.
I don't think...
was that then?
I was fitting them out on the road.
I remember you were fitting them out on the road in front of your house, mate.
Yeah.
That was probably about 5 years ago.
6 years ago.
6 years ago.
Yeah, about probably 5 years.
I thought this guy's pretty keen, eh?
Well, it's cheap rent.
Cheap rent,
free.
build the boats out, and then you moved to Keeling Road.
Yeah, down there. That's where the first boat was built on Keeling Road.
Right.
Quite funny, and that's where we got our first factory.
And that's kind of when you got a bit more serious about it, I'm gathering.
Yeah,
so you rented a factory, got
Hayley,
some staff.
Yeah, my wife Hayley kind of gave me a bit of shit. Said, "You're going to turn this into a business or keep it as a hobby? Because if it's a hobby, you can start off."
Yeah, fair enough.
Go get a real job.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So yeah, made it happen from there.
Yeah, and so you start building boats there, and then like the next big thing that happened that I've been kind of involved in is the boat show. Yeah. So you start going to boat shows.
Yes, I've been doing every boat show since I started.
Yeah.
Got laughed out of the first one.
But I'm just looking at these glimmering gold awards in your workshop here, mate. So the first award came how long
Oh, that was 3-4 years.
3-4 years ago.
2021 it says on it. So
2021. So that's when you started
2
winning
years. Yeah.
awards.
So that was for our 585 sort of.
Your 585, yeah. And I remember
Um,
the first, because I was there. First one, you won 2 awards, right?
Yeah, and the 707 got best new model.
And you got best new model of the show. So that's gone from building boats on the road to getting awards at the boat show.
Yeah.
Just a few years later.
Yeah, and that same 707 we re-entered it into the awards the year after because I got it back for the boat show.
Yeah.
And that was 17 points because we'd actually finally finished it because I
Right.
wasn't finished for the first show, and there was only 17 points behind the Extreme 795,
Yeah.
which is pretty good nudge for a second-hand boat.
Yeah, and then the next boat show you won.
616.
You got 3 awards, right?
No, 616 got best new model.
2 awards.
There's
So
a redesign, had a bit of
yeah,
a tweak to
so
it.
now you're winning awards at the boat shows.
Yeah.
So, and what's going to happen this year, mate? What have you got to show us at this year's boat shows?
So we've got a 616 Explorer, a 656 Explorer, which is entered into the awards.
Yeah.
So that's entered into the 6 to 7 metre fishing boat, specialist fishing boat category, and the Innovation Awards for our window demisters, the whole
Right.
systems.
I remember you
integrated
telling me
into
about years ago, mate.
Yeah.
You know, that was it. Yeah.
So we're going to start talking about it more. And
Yeah.
I've seen some of the other manufacturers starting to.
Yeah.
It's hard when you promote everything that you do off the bat, or do you just keep it quiet
Yeah.
and just use it as a sales card down the
Yeah.
line?
Well, that
Without
story.
giving away too much.
But that's how your mind is, mate. I think you're a bit like an inventor, eh? You're an inventor,
I'm
and you're a bit of a visionary because even like the windows demisting, like you said to me, I'm going to put a window demister on my boat. I'm going, what? And now you're doing it, and so what a pain in the ass is when your windows are all fogged up and you've come
not
up with a demister, mate.
Yeah.
Which is real cool, eh?
Yeah.
It's good, just lots of good ideas.
Good at starting things, but need
Yeah.
I've employed people to finish them for me.
Yeah, yeah, I'm a bit like that, mate. Eh? Full of ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So then we've also got a 707 Explorer as well.
nice.
So these are all clients' boats, which are letting
Yep.
me borrow them. We've got clients who are all pretty good, decent people.
Yeah.
And then we've got a custom 757 Explorer with a pilot house, full
Yeah.
teak around the
That looks
transom.
really. So we're sitting right next to it now.
Yeah.
Probably won't show you yet now,
No, we'll
but
leave
it's
that
going to
one for the
be.
show.
It's going to be beautiful. It's a beautiful boat, mate.
So yeah, the boys
And,
are pushing hard.
If you're looking for something that looks modern, this one's it, eh?
Yeah, well, it's funny you say looks modern, but its pilot house is old school. It's been
Yeah,
around
but it just
hundreds
looks.
of years.
I'm just looking at it now, but it just looks cool.
Yeah.
The lines, and then the walk around over there. I just went and stood up at the bow and had a look at the lines. That looks real
The
cool.
8 metre walk around.
That looks
Yeah, we're planning
cool,
on
mate.
releasing that at this show, but it's about 4 weeks behind
Right.
where it should have been, but it's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
We'll be, the owner's going to let me promote it and show it off, so
Yeah.
it's be cool. I think that'll be a class leading centre cab with the volume. There's no compromisation in the,
No.
in the bunk space at the front. It's
awesome.
the only compromise is the cabin width, which
Yeah.
is standard on all of them.
For those of you who don't know, a plumb bow is what Simon specialises in, and a plumb bow is made to take away the banging when you're cruising along, but it also creates all this extra room up on the bow because you don't have a bow that's sloping back like that, goes straight down, so it creates all this extra room, eh,
You got
mate?
all the extra volume in the front.
Heaps of extra volume in the front for
Yeah.
fishing and
So
Yeah.
typically, like our 6.5 is equivalent to someone else's 7 metre.
yeah.
So you can have the same size boat with a better ride.
Yeah,
For half a metre less.
Yeah, yeah. And I don't. It's hard to like. You haven't measured it compared with a normal tinny, but I know because I reckon I'm the most experienced Innovision boat driver now.
Well, you've got a few hours under your belt.
I reckon I've got about 800 hours now.
You should have about
Driving
eight.
it,
You should have
800.
about close to 2,000.
809 if the weather was good. So, and I can tell you that the ride is phenomenal, especially with the zip wakes on the back. I race boats for fun. When I see a boat and I'm in Innovision, I'll burn up to them and kind of, give them a bit of, hey mate, you want a bit of a race? And I haven't lost, mate. I just go straight
And
past them.
you're a pussy.
Yeah, and but the last boat I raced, I'm not going to say which brand it was. I don't do that. I was crossing the Fifth Thames. They were there. There was all this wave. We had a broadside sea coming over the starboard side. It's about 25 knots. They were just getting their boat. The wave, the bow was cutting through. The water was coming up, getting blown by the wind straight onto them. They were soaked, mate. They had raincoats on. They were like, oh, like this. I came flying past them, just sitting there driving it, not a drop of water on me, mate. And not pounding, no water on me. And it was like, that's when I really realised these are so different than a normal tinny.
Yeah. Well, there's about, when I first started 10 years ago, went to the boat show on Woods, the boat show Woods dinner.
Yeah.
And was sitting there, the guy was doing a speech about the industry and how much it's changed. And once upon a time, there was like 20 glass manufacturers and like 2 aluminium.
Yeah.
You know, I thought there was about, at the time, about 20, 25. There's a few I don't know of, so I added a few in.
Yeah.
But the guy said 69 aluminium boat manufacturers.
Wow.
And I was like, ugh,
That's a
what
lot,
am I
eh,
doing?
mate?
I'm in this massive, in this
Yeah, but
market
yours
that's
are-
so
but
saturated.
But yours are very different though, eh? So your, but
that's
your,
what I was
and
going
your
about to
target
say.
market is the high end of the market, right?
That's like the type of boats we like to build because it's just, once they're
Yeah.
finished, they're stunning. But we can strip them right back to bare bones.
Right.
And so anyone can have access to, well,
Yeah.
not anyone, but pretty much everyone can have access to these hulls on.
Yeah. So and people, going for rides in the boat, that's the best way to show them, eh? And so you're doing that at the
So
boat
you-
show as well?
Yeah, we've got a 6.5 metre that'll be down at OBC for sea trials and stuff.
Right.
So in the afternoon from about 1 till 4:30.
Well, let's hope there's a bit of rough weather, eh?
Yeah.
Because that's when you can really notice the difference.
Every boat goes good on the flat. right?
Every boat goes good in the flat.
As long as she floats, it's all good.
Yeah, don't do a sea trial in the boat when it's calm, guys.
And don't, ferry wake doesn't do justice either.
Yeah,
People
you need
think
to go, if
jumping
you want to
ferries
sea
is
trial
a-
a boat properly, wait for a northeasterly blow and go out in that. Simon gets all excited when a northeasterly blow comes because he can take people out in his boat and show them what they do.
Yeah,
Like he invites me out. I said, I don't really want to go out in that, mate. But you know, 30
normally-
knot northeasterly, and you're out there, mate, doing sea trials, selling boats.
we took a client out of Gulf Harbour, and it was like a 25 knot northeasterly.
Yeah.
And we went out into Tirri Channel,
Ooh,
and it was quite fun. He was driving the thing at 25, 30 knots downwind.
yeah, yeah.
It was pretty cool. It
Well,
was a fun day.
Yeah. Well,
And there, that was signing us up, mate.
yeah. Well, what I've noticed, mate, is fatigue as well. Like when
Yeah.
I'm out there all day, if I'm on a boat that pounds a lot, I'll come back and I'm absolutely exhausted because I've been holding on for dear life all day. My back's sore. With my boat, 555, it's not a big boat. I just come back and I'm not tired, mate.
Yeah.
That's a huge difference for me.
We went out, I took the company out for a company fishing day. When we went out
Oh, yeah, that's
with,
right.
with that company, yeah, with one of those, they had there one of New Zealand's top manufacturers' boats.
Yeah.
And I've never been so tired after a day's boating.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
home probably 6:30, 7
Yeah.
o'clock. I was ready for bed.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, some of
Yeah,
them,
it was
mate.
exhausting.
Like I don't want to, put people's brands there or anything.
No, well,
but some of the designs are. It's like being on a roller coaster ride. But I don't want to focus on that. I just want to focus on how good your boats are, mate.
Yeah.
At the ride, and they're a totally different beast.
yeah, well, that's probably the reason why I'm still doing it is because we're doing something different.
Yeah.
If we're doing something the same as everyone else, and it's price driven.
Yeah.
And it's hard to compete against the guys that do 300 boats a year because they've got the production system so set up and the volume side of things. They've got, you need a lot of investment to get there. And
Yeah.
this business has just been growing out of cash flow.
Right.
Yeah, I don't have a rich daddy to help fund it or haven't got investors involved or anything like that.
Yep.
It's just cash flow and
Well, you're doing well,
away
mate.
we go.
You're doing pretty good, and that just shows the quality of the boats.
We got no debt, haven't taken a bank loan or anything, so
Wow.
we're quite
That's pretty good, mate.
a safe investment. You know, if you drop a deposit with us, it's going to be there
Yeah.
in a year's time. So
Yeah, but you get the customer service as well with a small team like you guys. You've got all these young, passionate guys building boats. If anything goes wrong, and things do go wrong in boats, you get it fixed straight away.
yeah,
Hey, you don't
Yes.
have to go in a line wait for 5 months to get your boat fixed.
the South Island makes it a little bit harder, but I do plan little
Yeah.
road trips down there. Actually
Yeah.
heading down there. I got one client, a cat's pulled up its U-deck.
Oh yeah,
So I'm
his cat.
probably I don't know. His
Oh.
cat. No, I don't think they've got a cat. It must be their neighbour's cat.
Yeah.
Scratched up all the U-decks. I'm taking a warranty trip down to. It wasn't a warranty trip. It's just a repair trip down there, and I'm
Right.
just dropping in on a couple other clients just to sort a couple other
Yeah,
things. But
yeah,
it's just part of it. It's all good.
yeah. And when you talk about customisation of a boat, production boat, you can do a little bit. With Simon, you can do anything you want.
There's
Do anything you want.
yeah.
Hey.
There's no reason why I can't.
Do
With
whatever you
aluminium,
want.
we can change like this.
Like my boat's got a bed in it. It's 555. Simon put a bed in there for the kids. What other boat 555 do you get a bed
and a centre console.
and a centre console? Hey, so my kids hang out down there
Yeah.
in the
Um,
bed.
Well, one of the good examples of how we can customise is the 757 next door. It's got a pilot house on it and a full custom transom design.
Yeah.
So it's hopefully we can hammer it in reverse because it's got a bit of rake to it.
That'll be interesting, eh?
See how it goes. Try sink it.
Yeah. Could be a bloody good game fishing boat, mate.
Mm.
I'd love to show you guys, but I reckon you just wait for the boat show when she comes out in all her glory.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's boat show next week, eh, mate?
Yeah, we've got Saturday and Monday, Tuesday and half a Wednesday to get it finished.
They should be working tomorrow, will you?
Should be working now.
Should be working out, but you're talking to me on the live show.
Talking shit with you, mate.
Talking shit with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to be spending a bit of time on the Innovision stand along with others. I won't be there all the time, but if you have got any questions or you'd like to meet me at the stand, you can message me or message Simon, and I'll come off wherever I am in the boat show, and I'll come and talk to you and tell you my experience with Innovision. And what else? What else happened at the boat show?
Not a lot, really.
Just come and
talk shit.
Yeah.
Talk shit about boats.
Just
really.
come and have a look. Come and have a look at these boats.
Yeah.
And are you in the same place you were last year?
Same place.
What's the tent called?
Hall 5, tent 503, I think we are. 503, right at the sort of the main entrance there,
Yeah.
the first tent on the left as you come in.
You know, I'm expecting to be quite a good boat show this year.
Yeah.
Because everyone's pretty keen to sell stuff this year.
Yeah.
Where the last boat show was like a bit too easy. This boat
that's
show,
good.
there'll be a lot of, I reckon there'll be competition. Bit of competition, a few deals going.
I think it's good that...
All kinds of things will be happening this year. So I'd definitely go to this year's boat show if I was
Yeah.
a fisherman looking for some things to buy.
Boats in particular, hopefully.
Boats in particular. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's about that, eh?
Yeah. Anything else? What about, is there any questions out there? Maybe stick around for a few questions, because I know, Simon, this is lunch hour. So it's about a lunch.
I don't normally have lunch.
Don't normally have lunch, too busy.
Smoko.
Smoko.
Keep trucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. No questions? Okay. Well, also, it's quite good fishing. I always ask this question to anyone I interview, because it's Friday and the weather's good tomorrow,
It is.
finally.
I haven't looked.
And so, if you were going to go fishing tomorrow, young Simon, where would you go? And what type of fishing would you do?
If I had all day,
Yes.
I'd go to the Mucks
Go to the Mokes,
and I'll do kingy and snapper.
Kingies and Snapper.
Yeah, bit of soft baiting and some
There
jigging.
you go.
Yeah, that's my gig.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And I'll probably do a report a bit later, guys, about the fishing this weekend. Because I'm just hanging, I'm grumpy. I've
Where
got
you going?
cabin fever. Grumpy with everyone because I haven't been fishing, mate.
Well, it's not lucky to live with you.
Hey?
Where are you
I
going
know.
fishing though?
I haven't decided yet. I've been,
Where are the fish?
if you look on my GPS chart plot, I've just been going round and round Rangitoto. Probably 100 times. Because there have been so many fish there. I drove down Takapuna boat ramp before I came here, just to have a look at the ocean. And there was anchovies and terns working just where you launch your boat, mate. So they could be blowing it, eh? From all this wind.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Been too busy here to take notice.
Yeah, and what about, because you're a bit of a sailor as well, eh, mate? Have
Done a
you got any inside information about America's Cup?
Haven't really been following it.
Haven't been following it. Okay.
Not me, I just
It's
haven't
all
had
right. 'Cause I know
It's,
that's your background, all the professional sailing and all that.
Yeah. I like watching the videos of them stacking it. That's for sure. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Pretty, 50 knots, mate, they're going.
Wrecking shit's quite cool to watch.
Yeah. But they're going 50 knots, eh?
Yeah, it's quite fast.
That's incredible, mate. So I can't wait for that to start.
Yeah.
Hey.
No, the America's Cup was good to watch.
Yeah.
When it was around, especially when it was around North Head.
Yeah.
When it was out in the bays, it was a bit of more drag race, but
Yeah,
around North
yeah.
Head it was a bit challenging
Yeah. So,
for the sailors. So
yeah.
it made it interesting for watching.
yeah. If anybody wants to get hold of you, how do they do it?
Through the website.
Through the website?
Yeah,
Just go to
there's a
Innovision.
get in touch button there, and
It's innovision.com, isn't it?
yeah, innovisionboats.com.
.com, not .co.nz, .com.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for spending some time chatting to me.
It's all good, mate. Was a pleasure.
And I'll be at the boat show. Simon's going to be there with this flash new boat he's building right there.
Well, 2 flash boats.
So if you
One
want
was
to
sitting
two
pretty
flash boats. So if you want to see some really master craftsman boat building, come and check out the Innovision stand, eh?
Sweet.
Okay, see
For the
everyone.
senior.
See ya.